Before they are colorful bears, they are born here, in the golden ocean of the American Midwest. Massive machines harvest the corn that will become the backbone of the candy, glucose syrup. Tons of starch are collected every minute, destined for the wet mills where chemistry begins. At the refinery, the corn is steeped and separated to extract the pure starch.
Enzymes break down the starch, converting it into thick, clear corn syrup.
This viscous liquid provides the chewy texture that makes a gummy bear gummy. Meanwhile, in the southern heat, the second crucial ingredient is ready for extraction. Sugarcane is crushed under immense pressure to release the sweet sucrose juice. Centrifuges spin the liquid gold until only pure, white sugar crystals remain.
But the magic ingredient that holds it all together is gelatin, extracted from natural collagen.
Stored in massive hangars, millions of pounds of sugar wait for the journey. It is boiled and purified until it becomes a flavorless, odorless protein solution. Dried and rolled, the gelatin becomes the structural skeleton of the candy. Ground into a fine powder, it is ready to be rehydrated at the candy factory.
Finally, natural fruit essences are harvested to give every bear its distinct personality.
These concentrated flavors are packed tight, potent enough to flavor millions of candies. From fields and refineries across the country, the ingredients begin their migration. They are headed to one central location, where science and sugar are about to collide. Under the cover of darkness, the raw materials arrive at the manufacturing compound. These massive silos hold enough glucose and liquid sugar to keep the lines running for weeks. Every connection must be secure. A single leak could flood the loading dock with sticky syrup. Powerful pumps fight gravity and viscosity to push the thick corn syrup up into the storage tanks. Meanwhile, dry sugar is blown pneumatically through pipes, traveling like a blizzard inside the walls. Before a single drop enters the main supply, it must pass a rigorous purity test.
The sugar content must be precise. Too low, and the gummies won't set. Too high, they crystallize.
The gelatin arrives dry, stacked in humidity-controlled warehouses to prevent premature clumping. The flavor vault is the most expensive room in the building, holding the concentrated essence of the candy. High above the factory floor sits the kitchen, where the raw ingredients will finally meet. The syrup must be kept heated at a constant 120 degrees, or it will turn into an unmovable solid. Thousands of gallons of water are superheated, ready to dissolve the sugar and gelatin.
In the prep area, the dry ingredients are staged, stripped of their transport packaging.
Nothing from the outside world can pass beyond this point. Humans are the biggest contaminant.
Decontaminated and suited up, the crew enters the production zone.
The plant runs 24 hours away. As one team leaves, another takes the helm of the sugar ship.
High above the factory floor sits the kitchen, where the raw ingredients will finally meet. The tanks are full, the heat is on, and the great cook is about to begin. As the sun breaks the horizon, the facility wakes up. It breathes steam and consumes electricity. Hundreds of employees clock in. Precision isn't just for machines. It starts with the schedule.
The transformation from civilian to candy maker happens here. No jewelry, no pockets, no exceptions.
A single stray hair can ruin a batch of thousands. Containment is absolute.
Even the soles of their boots are scrubbed. The factory floor must remain a sanctuary of hygiene.
It's a ritual performed dozens of times a day. Wash, rinse, dry, sanitize. The production floor is pressurized. When a door opens, air rushes out, keeping dust and insects at bay. City water isn't good enough. It must be stripped of every mineral until it is chemically pure. Compressed air powers the pneumatic valves that will control the flow of millions of pounds of sugar. The stage is set. The lights are on. The beast is hungry for ingredients.
The brain of the factory wakes up, checking valves, temperatures, and flow rates 1,000 times a second.
We enter the kitchen. Here, the temperature rises, and the air smells sweet and heavy. Starch is the unsung hero. It will form the molds that give the bears their shape.
The vessels are spotless. A single speck of leftover candy could burn and ruin the flavor of the new batch.
Steam jackets wrap the kettles, heating them evenly without scorching the sugar.
The recipe is precise chemistry. There is no pinch of this here. Everything is calculated to the gram.
The systems are green. The materials are prepped. It's time to cook.
It starts with pure, superheated water, the universal solvent that will bind everything together.
Thousands of pounds of sugar rain down, dissolving instantly in the thermal bath. Glucose syrup joins the mix. It prevents crystallization, keeping the candy smooth and flexible.
The agitators never stop. If they did, the mixture would burn against the hot steel walls.
The slurry is boiled to a precise temperature to evaporate excess water. It's a game of concentration.
Meanwhile, the gelatin is bloomed in a separate tank. It drinks up water, waking up its elastic properties.
This is the critical moment. The protein meets the sugar. The structure of the gummy bear is born.
A vacuum removes air bubbles and excess moisture without burning the delicate gelatin. The result is the base mass. Clear, thick, and completely unflavored. A blank canvas.
The slurry is pumped out of the kitchen, racing through insulated pipes towards the finishing line.
Even now, filters catch any undissolved sugar. A gritty gummy bear is a rejected gummy bear.
The massive batch is split into smaller tanks. Each one will soon be given a different identity.
Citric acid is prepped. Without this sour spark, the candy would be cloyingly sweet and flat.
The flavor stations are primed. These concentrated dyes are so potent, a single cup could color a swimming pool.
There are no spoons here. Static mixers fold the flavor in as the liquid flows, creating a perfect blend.
4 streams of liquid candy, now fully flavored, race toward the molding room.
But before we pour the candy, we need a mold. And we don't use metal, we use powder.
The trays are filled with cornstarch. It's a temporary mold, infinite, reusable, and non-stick. A scraper levels the powder. The surface must be flawless, or the bears will have deformities.
The stamping board descends. Hundreds of plaster bears are pressed into the soft powder.
It leaves behind a negative impression. A ghostly army of bears waiting to be filled.
The depositor aligns with surgical precision. One nozzle for every single bear footprint.
Hot liquid candy is injected. The starch absorbs the moisture instantly, forming a skin.
The line moves at blinding speed. Red, green, orange, yellow. Thousands of bears are born every minute.
The cornstarch does two jobs. It holds the shape, and it draws out moisture to set the gelatin.
Once filled, the trays are stacked into towers. But these bears are not ready to eat. They are liquid and hot.
They enter the curing room, a massive sauna where they will sleep for 24 hours. In this warm, dry air, the gelatin sets. The bears shrink slightly, becoming chewy and firm.
The hibernation is over. The brown bears are solid, but they are still buried in powder.
The bucking machine flips the trays. It's a violent wake-up call. Bears and starch tumble together. Now we must separate the treasure from the sand. Vibrating screens shake the starch loose. It falls back to be recycled, ready to mold the next generation.
Air jets blast away the final dust. But look closely, they are dull. They lack their signature shine.
The starch is dried and returned to the start. It will mold millions of bears in its lifetime. The bear is fully formed, but it's sticky and dull. It needs one final touch to become iconic. The bears enter the polishing drum. Without this step, they would fuse into a giant, sticky brick.
A microscopic layer of carnauba wax and oil is sprayed. It's the secret to the shine.
As they tumble, they polish each other. The friction transforms the matte surface into a glossy jewel finish.
Until now, they lived in segregation. Now, the flavors merge into the chaotic rainbow mix we all know.
They emerge transformed. That signature glint is what tells your brain, this is fresh.
It's a river of sugar. Millions of bears flow toward the packaging hall every hour. A final blast of cold air sets the wax, locking in the moisture and the flavor forever.
Even with the oil, some try to cling together. Mechanical fingers ensure every gummy bear stands alone.
The bounce is critical. If it cracks, it's too dry. If it stays squished, it's too wet.
The texture must be uniform from the skin to the core. A perfect gummy is a solid hydraulic unit.
The mutants are culled. Only the perfect specimens earn the right to be packaged.
The journey isn't over. They ride the vertical lift to the high-gravity weigh stations.
The computer calculates the perfect combination of buckets to hit exactly 100 grams.
It's a mathematical freefall. Not 1 gram over, not 1 gram under. Packaging film is pulled and formed into a tube, waiting to catch the falling payload. Gravity delivers the payload. The bears are trapped inside their colorful home. Heated jaws melt the plastic layers together in a fraction of a second, creating an airtight seal.
The machine fires like a machine gun, 120 bags every single minute, non-stop.
A puff of nitrogen pushes out the oxygen. This keeps the bears soft and fresh for over a year. A final weight check. If a bag is missing even a single bear, a blast of air rejects it instantly. X-ray vision peers through the packaging, ensuring no foreign objects are hiding inside. Tributaries of bags flow into the main river, heading toward the case packers.
The Delta robot moves faster than the human eye. It organizes the chaos into neat patterns.
It orients every bag face up. Presentation is everything, even inside the box.
Flat cardboard is snapped into a box in the blink of an eye, ready to receive the cargo. The collision of plastic and cardboard. 12 bags to a case, perfectly snug. Sealed with a strip of tape, the case is now a shippable unit. Every box gets a birth certificate. Date, time, and line number are tattooed in ink. The floor space is valuable. The boxes take the highway in the sky to the palletizing hall. A fresh pallet is dispensed. The foundation for 2,000 pounds of Gummy Bears. The heavy lift robots take over. They don't get tired, and they don't get backaches. Like a game of Tetris, the robot interlocks the layers for stability during transport. The load is secured. A cocoon of stretch wrap ensures the tower won't topple on the highway.
Not all bears are destined to shine. Some take a detour to the sour room.
Before the sour sand can stick, the bears must be made sticky. A steam bath melts the outer skin.
They emerge tacky, the perfect glue for what comes next.
Every millimeter is covered. The armor of sugar seals the sticky surface.
We want them coated, not buried. The excess sand is shaken off and recycled back to the drum.
The difference is tactile. Rough versus smooth. Pain versus pleasure.
The moisture from the steam must evaporate, leaving a rock-hard, crunchy crust.
Sour dust is an irritant. Massive lungs in the ceiling scrub the air to keep the workers breathing easy.
That initial crunch is the signature. A hard shell protecting a soft heart. On the specialty line, functional gummies are born. Vitamins are injected into the core, shielded from heat.
Some bears live a double life. Red strawberry on top, white marshmallow foam on the bottom. The machinery is versatile. Change the starch stamp, and you can make bottles, worms, or rings.
And sometimes we go big. The Mega Bear takes 45 minutes to set.
Automation has limits. The giants are too heavy for the robots, requiring a human touch.
A sample from every batch is kept for 2 years. A library of sugar history.
Nothing is wasted. The rejects are melted down and sold as lower-grade sweetener for animal feed.
Behind the glass, the chaos ends. Here, the panda bears are subjects of science.
A cross-section reveals the truth. We look for unmixed gelatin or air pockets.
Under magnification, the matrix should be flawless. A single grain of undissolved sugar looks like a boulder.
The texture analyzer measures the chew. It mimics the human jaw, testing the spring-back force. Elasticity is key. A gummy must stretch before it breaks. If it snaps too soon, the gelatin was cooked too hot.
The bricks level measures total sugar solids. 78% is the magic number for shelf stability.
It's not just about moisture, it's about available water. If this number is too high, mold could grow.
Acidity controls the flavor punch. Too acidic, and the gelatin structure breaks down over time.
Every batch has a twin in the incubator. We force grow bacteria to prove that there are none.
A clear plate is a green light. The batch is sterile and safe for the world.
Machines measure data, but only humans measure joy. The sensory panel tastes every single batch.
The red must be that red. Consistency builds trust in the brand.
We torture them with heat and cold, simulating a year of shipping in just 1 week.
Every hour, we test the watchdogs. If the metal detector fails to trip, the entire line shuts down.
We give away free grams, but we never shortchange. The average is always slightly above the label. Quality isn't an act, it's a habit. And this batch is perfect.
The signature is given. The quarantine is lifted. The bears are free to go.
The factory floor is loud, but the warehouse is a cathedral of silence and scale.
Precision driving places 2,000 pounds of candy onto a shelf 3 stories high.
Every pallet has a GPS address in the system. We know exactly where the cherry bears are hiding. While the humans sleep, autonomous bots count the stock, ensuring the numbers never lie. An order comes in. A major retailer needs 50,000 bags by Monday morning.
The engine roars to life. The journey that started in a cornfield is almost complete.
The truck locks in. The bridge is lowered. The factory is now connected to the highway.
From liquid slurry to a robotic arm, to a shelf near you.
All that engineering, all that science, just for this one moment of joy.
And this is how modern factories produce the world's favorite gummy bears from start to finish.
It's a symphony of sugar, speed, and science. The sun goes down, but the line never sleeps. Tomorrow, we do it all again.
If you enjoyed this tour, hit subscribe. Tell us in the comments which factory we should visit next.